Nas has been staying busy as he just dropped King's Disease 2. He is now gearing up for the release of his Masterclass. Masterclass, if you're not aware, is a series of lectures or courses given by a master at a particular skill. Nas's Masterclass is going to be on storytelling in hip-hop. So, to lead us into this, he dropped the new track, Big Nas, featuring production from Hitboy. Seeing as it's meant to be a introduction to the Masterclass, it's only right we go bar for bar and break down these lyrics. If you're new to this channel, these breakdowns are where I go through and read out the lyrics to a new song and give my interpretation of what the artist is trying to say. My interpretation is not always correct, so if I've missed something or misinterpreted anything, feel free to let me know in the comments below, because that way we all get to learn something new. So it starts off with the expected Hitboy tag, and then right into the first verse. A man reproduces himself through his child, so when he leave here, he can just smile. But I see fit to stay here a while, maybe buy a timeshare somewhere. So a man reproduces himself through his child. I mean, we understand reproduction. I don't need to tell you all about the birds and the bees, but he's a man will reproduce himself through his child. Basically, like, your child is an extension of yourself, and one half of that child is that man, and also the other half is the woman, which he doesn't mention here, but Nas is a man, so clearly he's only going to talk about that part. So when he leave here, he can just smile. Maybe he's talking about how, like, as, you get older and you pass away, like, or when you're getting to that point in life, you can look at your child and look at the things that you've done and just be happy about it and smile reflecting on it. But he's like, no, let's see if you can stay here a while rather than just go on. And then while you're here, maybe buy a timeshare somewhere, like, enjoy life. So far, I mean, what I'm getting from this is more of how people around Nas's age actually kind of go through, like, a midlife crisis of sorts. I'm not saying that Nas is going through that, but the things that he's mentioning makes a little bit of sense. Like, he's reflecting. He's like, yo, I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, maybe I should just buy a timeshare, just chill on the beach somewhere, write a book every year. And he's doing that because you can write yourself out of your blessings, which means, like, by not doing things like that, by not taking care of yourself and not enjoying life, you're kind of missing out on the things that you've earned over your life. And then him saying, wreck a Lambo, the first stage is by driving too reckless. Maybe that's, like, once you get to that stage in life, like, he's like, fuck it, just go buy a Lambo and wreck it. Like, maybe you just need to drive recklessly. Maybe you need to do all that. But also, he could be saying that that's how you could write yourself out of your blessings, by driving recklessly. Because if you drive recklessly and crash a Lambo, you may die. Time is too precious. These some obvious lessons. Please remind me to watch my step while I balance on edge of skill on the slopes of life. Time is too precious. These are obvious lessons. Like, these are things that everyone says, everyone knows, but not everyone acts on them or has the ability to act on them. So he's like, I need to start doing stuff. I need to actually enjoy this life that I've earned for myself. Or he's saying this to someone else. But he's like, remind me to watch my step while I balance on edges, because it's kind of a slippery slope leading into the ski slopes of life, where you can enjoy a little bit too much and just kind of keep falling down and eventually just probably hit a tree or something, like wrecking the Lambo. Like, you can get a bit too reckless with enjoying yourself. Like, you got to be smart about it still. Slide down the Ave at night, watching them graphing graffiti on walls, that's the sight. Cars from Germany, I be pushing the fastest type. Looking at real estate, brother, I need to ask a price. Yeah, and then he's like just driving around at night, looking at the art on the walls. And he's like, I got cars from Germany, they're the fastest ones. And the bit of advice that he has is to look into real estate, because real estate is it's one way to invest your money outside of like stocks, bonds, crypto, all that sort of thing. Because typically real estate continues to increase in value. And that's something that we've been seeing a lot of rappers talk about recently. Then goes into chorus.
Imagine another rapper making me perspire. I got more styles and more flows, plus I'm much flyer. I got more heights to reach, but I'm already higher. I'm already on to the next thing. Peace and bless, king.
Now he's talking about like, yo, just imagine someone making me sweat. Like, that ain't happening. Like, I've got more style, I got more flows, and I'm more fly. Like, and he's also got more heights to reach, but he's already higher than those other rappers. Like, Nas understands that he is dope. He is one of the greatest, but he's not using that to be complacent. Like, he's going to continue to reach higher levels, essentially. And he's already on to the next thing. This then goes into the second verse.
Big Nas, old money, new money, rap money, tech money, flex money. What's next? You funny. Me, myself, I'm the illest alive.
So Nas has both old and new money, I guess. Or at least the way that he's getting money is old and new. So, I mean, we have the money that he accrued over his career so far from rap money. And then, you know, other stuff that we don't talk about. But then he has tech money, which is something that he's been getting more into recently. And then he has flex money, just, you know, money to flex with.
I could do a whole album on how it feels to survive. My daughter's a businesswoman. I'm so proud of her. My son, he's almost 12, and he's so knowledgeable. New music, new content, new programming.
Yeah, so you can do a whole album on how it feels to survive, just exist and live, but also, like, you know, the struggles. Like, Nas has probably gone through a lot that he might not have touched on yet. But then he goes on to talk about how he's proud of his children. His daughter's a businesswoman and he's proud of her. His son is almost 12 and he's so knowledgeable. Like, he's proud of his children, which is awesome. And then he's got a bunch of new things coming, new music, new content, and new programming. Programming probably being the Masterclass.
I ran a gamut, got my hands in everything like kids with bad manners. Save the high school banter. At night school, you study my life looking for answers.
And he's got his hands in everything like kids with bad manners. So he's kind of working on a little bit of everything, like rap, TV, like labels. Like there's a bunch of things that he's working on outside of music. And he's doing it so much. It's like a kid with bad manners. Like, kid, you know how kids just be touching things? Like, he's kind of like that.
I hear my calling, heart pounding on my chest. Wish I could bring back X. God bless. I don't practice, I don't remember my lines. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
He hears his calling, and it's giving him like some sort of excitement. Like, whatever his calling may be at the moment, it's making his heart pound. Then he mentions how he wishes he could bring back DMX. And then he goes into some memes that people haven't referenced in a little while, but I always enjoy. I don't practice. It's hard to remember my lines. That's in reference to Allen Iverson saying, we talk about practice. And then I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's the Marshawn Lynch bit, I think.
I'm athletic with poetics. These are alpha male alphabetics. Never touch the Rolling Stone cover, but I don't sweat it.
So he then kind of acknowledges those sports references, saying, like, I'm athletically poetic. These are alpha male alphabetics in the sense that this is grown man rap, I guess. Then goes back into the chorus, which is same as before, and that's the track. The track is interesting. It's not what I would have expected from like a track that would be about, or a track leading into a class about storytelling in hip hop. The first part definitely felt more like he was trying to tell us something. It felt more like he's acknowledging his age. Like he knows how old he is now, and he's starting to realize that I need to take a step back and actually enjoy my life and have fun. but also balance it and not go just buck wild and kill myself. And then the second verse, he's just like, a lot of it is talking about how proud he is of his children, but then also, flexing that he's kind of doing a little bit of everything. But yeah, it's an interesting track because, the whole masterclass is about storytelling in hip hop. So I'm not sure if there's going to be more songs to come out from it. But yeah, as a promo track, it's interesting. It does the job. It gets people interested because, again, it's just a promo. But I feel like I would have expected more from if it's going to be talking about storytelling. But regardless, I mean, we all know that Nas has great storytelling abilities, and there is a little bit of it in here as well, but it's a short track, so can't really fault him for that. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Maybe we'll get more. Who knows? Because this literally just came out, and the masterclass drops on October 14th, I believe. So there's still 7 days before it comes out. So who knows? I'm excited nonetheless. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this track and if I missed something or misinterpreted anything, because I don't know everything. Also, like and subscribe if you want to see more content and breakdowns like this. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there.